Today we're taking a look at the brand new 2025 Hunter 33 by Elite Archery. Welcome back to Mike's Archery, and today we are looking at the 2025 lineup from Elite Archery, and we have got their new Hunter 33, and they left the U out of it because they're looking for you to shoot this new bow. So as we take a look at the specs on the Hunter 33, speed ratings are coming in at 336 feet per second. The axle to axle is 32 3/4 of an inch, giving it an overall cam to cam length of 37 1/4 inches. Now the brace height on this bow is 6 1/8, and we've got an advertised weight of the new Hunter 33 at 4.6 pounds. As we took it out of the box, threw it on the scale with everything on it, we got it at 4.8. When we pulled the dampeners out of this bow, we got it down to 4.6, which is spot on to the advertised price. So kudos to Elite for advertising and making this bow hit spec. Now as far as the draw length option on this new bow, the cam is going to go from 23.5 on the low end out to 30.5 inches on the high end. So they've really made this bow able to fit a lot of shooters, especially on that low end of the draw length spectrum. Getting that 23.5 is going to fit a lot of ladies and maybe some younger kids that are just starting to upgrade to that next level of bow. Now as we look at the draw weight options, obviously this not being a flagship bow, you get a few less options. It's only available in a 50, 60, and 70 pound weight option on this bow. Now as far as the let off on this cam, you still got that adjustability there, taking it from 75 to 90% let off. Now as you look at the new Hunter 33, obviously they scaled down some of their great features that Elite has, and that was just to keep the price point under $1,000. Now as we look at this, they still got integrated rest options, so they put on the QAD integrate as well as the Hamskea core, so you're able to put any integrated rest onto this bow that you might like. But they did not do an integrated sight with that pick rail or any of the new pick rail stuff that we're seeing on some of their flagship models from Elite. So you're going to have to do a standard mounted sight on this bow, which is not a terrible option. Now they've still got the SP cam, not the new version, but the last year's version of SP cam on this bow. It's still got a ton of adjustability and a great feel in that draw cycle with that performance mod on there. You're still able to make adjustments in 1/4 inch draw length options. Now they've still got some vibration technology built into this with their string stop and limb dampeners, and they also left the LRT on there. So you've got a adjustable roller guard there to take some tune out of this bow as well. From there you've got a nice wide limb stance, a limb stop option on this bow, but from there just your basic stuff that you normally see on a lot of bows. No fancy set technology or any other tunability. You're back to tuning with shims on this bow, but still a nice option if you don't want to spend that $1,300, $1,400 on a new flagship model bow. Now they did give you a ton of color options, which Elite has been known for years, and they did not skimp on the color options on the new Hunter 33. So we've got a ton of colors as we run through them here. You're able to get the Ninja Black, your two Realtree colors in Edge and Escape, a pure Whitetail, First Lite Specter, you've got Strata as well as Vuni, and then you've got a ton of other upgraded colors with the Cobalt Blue, your Orange, Laguna Teal, the Purple Rain, Silver Alloy, your Sour Apple Green, Liquid Bronze, Midnight Copper, as well as OD Green, Mountain Tan, Sienna Brown, and Slate Gray. So they didn't skimp on the color options for this bow. Now, as we get into the price point, we mentioned this is not a flagship model bow, and they did scale it down a little bit to keep the price under $1,000. So that's where you're going to see it at $999 if you are looking to step into the new Hunter 33. Now you can get those upgraded colors for the normal $100 upgraded price if you want one of those bright, cool target colors that Elite offers. Now as usual, we're going to step back to the lane and we're going to shoot this bow over the chronograph, giving you speed ratings all the way from 350 out to a 500 grain arrow, the noise rating, and just overall feel of the new Hunter 33. And as usual, we'll shoot this bow at 29 inch draw length and 70 pounds on that 90% let off. All right, so we have stepped back here to the lane and we have got the new Hunter 33 from Elite, and we're going to put this bow through its paces. As usual, shooting this at 29 inch draw length, 70 pounds on 90% let off, and then giving you a breakdown of all the features and feel of this bow. So let's see what kind of numbers that this bow puts up. All right, so as we look at a 350 grain arrow out of this bow, we've got 309 feet per second. With a 400 grain arrow, we've got 293 feet per second. With 450 grain arrow, we got 278. And then with a 500 grain arrow, we got it at 262 feet per second. And frankly, for a non-flagship bow, those are numbers that are going to post with any other flagship bow out there. So if you're looking for speed but not wanting to pay the extra money, this bow is going to fight right with anything else out there as far as the speed category. Now, as we look at the noise rating on this bow, we've got it coming in at 93.7 decibels, which is a very quiet hunting bow. So if you're looking for a nice bow that's going to be quiet and a good hunting setup, this is going to be a contender. That's a nice quiet bow, and that can vary depending on your setup and poundage and weight of your arrow and all that, but with our tests here, that's a nice number. Very quiet shooting bow. Now, from there, draw cycle on this bow is actually really nice. It's still got that SP cam from last year on it, which had a really nice smooth feel through the draw cycle. Doesn't really stack up anywhere throughout the draw cycle. Drops in nice at the back end. It's not harsh on the back end, getting any extra performance out of it, but still getting those speeds. You don't really feel that drop to get that extra speed out of it. The grip on this bow is nice. It's got that similar grip to their other flagship models. They just stripped it down and took a lot of the other tuning features out of this bow, as well as the integrated sights and things of that nature, but they did still leave you with an integrated rest. So if you're not wanting to spend that extra money to bump up to $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 into a flagship model from not only Elite but any other manufacturer, then the Hunter 33 is a nice option under $1,000. This bow is just going to sit well, shoot well. Like I said, it's going to perform with just about anything out there, even though you're missing a few of the tuning features. It's still going to be a nice solid bow at that price point. So if you are looking for a just under a flagship bow from Elite, this Hunter 33 is going to be a great contender. The longer axle to axle, a little higher brace height. It's going to give it a nice solid feel. It's going to give it a good stable platform, and it's going to be a bow you can jump into at a moderate price point. So if you're looking for one of these new Hunter 33s from Elite for 2025, stop in at Mike's Archery, give us a call here at the shop so we can put one in your hands.